Everyone wants to put their best foot forward when it comes to interviews. Yet, most of the candidates seem desperate or underprepared. What you say and what you don't says a lot about you. So in this video, we are going to discuss about 5 things you should never say to a recruiter and what can you say instead. Let's check it out. As a hiring manager, one of the biggest red flags during an interview is a candidate who is clueless about the role or about the company. This shows a lack of interest and effort, and it also highlights a disconnect with the company's goal. So what do you do instead? Understand the company's mission, vision and goals, and also understand what are their expectations out of this role. This not only helps you impress the interviewer, but also helps you understand if this is the right place for you. Let's look at an example. Why do you want to work for this company? Your vision of making education accessible is something I really believe in, and I think I can be a great addition to your team and add to your continued success. By being well prepared and knowledgeable, you can make a strong connection and stand out as the top candidate in that interview. Now here is something that I recently heard in an interview that I conducted. My previous company is not good. I'm looking for a change. This shows lack of professionalism and integrity. Now imagine you have a friend and they have a tendency to constantly complain about other friends. Would you trust them? I'm sure you will constantly keep on thinking, hey, they might be complaining about me also, who knows? Same way, if you're complaining about your previous employer or company, your interviewer might think, what's to stop you from doing this to your next employer or company? Nobody wants a complainer. So here are a few complaints I hear all the time and they should definitely be avoided from the interview. Can I be honest with you? I am a very good employee. I am a very good designer. But in my previous company, I could not get anything done because my previous boss was always on top of my head, always asking, what are you doing? Can you change the color of this button? Can you do this? Can you do that? I was so frustrated that I could not even get the smallest things done. But I'm telling you, ma'am, I'm a very good designer, and if you give me the opportunity, I can do anything. In my previous company, it was so difficult to complete any task because I used to ask my manager and they used to not even answer me back. And because of that, I was not able to complete my own work and everything got delayed because of it. Do you think it was even my mistake? I don't even think it was my mistake because I was constantly waiting for them. They only did not get back to me. What can I do in such a situation, ma'am? You only tell me. Do you think it was my fault? So even if these experiences were true and you had a terrible time at your previous company, how can you say them in a better manner? So try to reframe your experiences in a positive light. Focus on what you learned there and how these experiences or learnings can help you in your new job. For example, so in my previous role, I learned the importance of communication and setting the right expectation with my manager. I learned how to work in a challenging work environment and the importance of communicating my needs and priorities. I developed strong time management and agility skills due to the limited resources, and I'm excited to bring that to your team. Remember, the interview is about you and why you are the best fit for this company. Nobody wants to work with a complainer, but don't be too generous if you love the company. However, saying something like, I'll do anything sounds extremely desperate because it lowers your perceived value. It shows that you're ready to do any small, unimportant or menial task, and that makes you less important or less valuable in a company. Also, this shows a lack of direction and probably that you're not sure about what you really do, what you bring to the table, what is your real value here. That? Yeah, I can do it. I can do anything, madam, anything. Figma, I think I've heard about it. I can figure it out. I can use it. No problem. Any software you tell me, I'll use it. I can do anything else from design also. Just tell me and I'll do it. A company wants to hire someone who is confident, focused, and knows what they're doing. So what do you do if you love the company or you're interviewing for your dream job? Sounding excited is good, but don't go ahead and say, I'll do anything. Articulate your core skills and values. Tell them what you're bringing to the table and why you are the best at what you do. Which reminds me to share another big frustration of any recruiter. I would love to join your team before I leave for my master's. It seems like an innocent statement, but it can have major negative consequences. So recently I interviewed Sarah and this is how the conversation went. Sarah, tell me a little bit about why you're interested in this role. Why I'm interested in this role? You mean UX writing? Oh, I love UX writing. I love it so much I can do it all the time in the day. In fact, do you know, I'm even going for my master's in 2 months only. I'm just leaving. I would love to work for your company in the meantime. I've heard you also give free food. The girls got to eat. You see how she mentioned about masters and it suddenly raised concern about her availability and her commitment. And the follow-up questions would be something like, how do you plan to manage your work and studies at the same time? Or are you planning to leave very soon because the paperwork might take some significant effort? So what do you do instead? Avoid talking about your long-term goals and probably leaving the company very soon. Talk more about your excitement of joining the company and what are the skills you're bringing on board the minute you join the company. That makes the company seem more excited to get you on board, even if you're leaving later. At least they can make the most of this collaboration while you're there. Which reminds me to share the biggest red flag in a design interview. I don't think I have anything to show right now because most of my work is actually under NDA. So what do you do when you can't show your work because of NDA? I have faced with this challenge myself. Truth be told, I was devastated because I thought there is nothing I can show. Everything is under NDA and I can just tell that to the recruiter or the interviewer, right? Like they're from the industry, they will understand how the industry works. But that's not the case. You see, the company you're interviewing for still needs to see your proof of work. They can't just hire you on what you say or what you talk about. You need to show them why they should be willing to invest in you. Ultimately, they're going to pay you. Can you walk me through some of your recent life projects?
Life projects. Yeah, I have many life projects, but actually I can't show them right now. They are all under NDA. You know how it is. But I can show you the files if you tell me. But you have to promise me not to tell to anybody. Pinky swear?
It's always great to show alternative projects such as your personal work, mock-ups, or any previous projects that are no longer under NDA. This will still show your skills even if it is not relevant to the company you're applying for. Unfortunately, most of my life projects are under NDA, but I can definitely show you my personal projects that can showcase my skills and expertise in design. When you share about your constant learning and development, it shows the company that you're committed towards your personal growth and they would love to hire you because you seem to be a candidate that will constantly evolve even after joining their company. And who doesn't want to have a candidate like that? Remember, it's better to show something than to show nothing. Even if you're interviewing just for the sake, make it your best shot. If you're interested to know about more of such interview traps, I will be coming up with a video very soon. Until then, hit the subscribe and the bell icon so you're always updated about our content. Happy designing!
One question I forgot to ask. Am I selected? So when can I join? Okay, thank you. Also, when am I receiving my first salary? Thank you.